Watch this video if you're broke and you actually want to be rich. Because what I'm going to share with you, you've never heard it anywhere else. You've been told a lot of lies on how to make money online and how to become financially free. As you can see right there on my screen, I've included some proof of payments I've made in my company. And as you can see here, I've also put some pictures of me in my everyday life. That way you clearly see what's possible to be achieved when you implement this process consistently. Now, when we get to 30,000 subs on YouTube, I'll give away $2,000. All you have to do to win that money is to watch the video until the end, to subscribe, and to share it with a friend. And I also have a gift for you. In the description of this video, you will find a free $0 to $1,200 a day step-by-step training where I show you exactly how I built my business. And right now, I'm also offering free strategy calls where together we come up with a game plan for you to get to $10,000 per month and more as quickly as possible. The link will be in the description below. Now, here is a harsh truth you need to hear, and most people are not willing to tell you this in the make money online space, but I promised to give you raw, honest, and vulnerable advice on this channel to actually show you what it takes to build a profitable business. So here's what you need to hear. It takes money to make money. As an ambitious individual, the only thing your job is for is to reinvest money back into your business so you can become wealthy and escape the rat race as quickly as possible. So if you genuinely have $0 or less than $100 in your bank account, the first thing you need to obsess over, even before starting a business, is to make more money. It can be with your job, it can be by getting a job, it can be by reselling stuff that you have that you don't even need, because it takes money to make money. I mean, too many people, they want to live the top 1% life and they don't want to get a job, which is absolutely understandable because it's hell. You work to make somebody else richer instead of making yourself richer. I've spoken to hundreds of people by now, and like a lot of them, they were scared to be let go of by their company, even though they had been working in that company, they had been loyal for like over a decade. So I like to say that if you're not building your own dreams, you're going to be building the dreams of somebody else. So which one do you choose? Which one do you want to be? The other thing I want to share with you is that you need to commit to only one business model. If you're trying to do 10 different things all at the same time, this is not going to work. Instead, you want to pick the smartest business model and literally drop everything else. Because everything else is a distraction. So for me, it's high-ticket consulting. Let me explain. So typically what most people do is that they try to do a dropshipping business, they try to do affiliate marketing, but the problem is they chase very tiny profit margins. The other day, I was talking with somebody who was making money with affiliate marketing, and guess how much money they were making per transaction? They were earning on average $4 per commission. Meaning if they actually wanted to make 10K per month, I mean, let's divide $10,000 times 4. They would need $2,500 sales per month. Do you realize how many sales this is? This is a lot of sales. And unless you have a crazy budget for paid advertising or a huge audience, you're not going to get anywhere near this amount of sales. You'd be lucky to get 10 sales a month and to make $40, honestly. Then what most people also try to do is to resell the same overpriced AliExpress products as everybody else. And so what this looks like is that let's say they make $1,000, which to be honest with you, most people never even get there, but they make $1,000 because they only keep 5 to 20%, they make $50 to $200. But with our business model, high ticket consulting, if we make $1,000, we keep 90 to 95% of it, meaning in numbers, we'd keep $9,000 to $9,500, meaning if we make 10K, we get to keep 9K to 9.5K. And most people, I mean, with most of their businesses, let's say they manage to make 10K, which again, most people never achieve it because they don't have a big audience or a crazy budget for paid ads. And so they focus on the wrong business models, which require these things. But with our business model, you don't need any of that. Sure, it's an advantage if you have it, but you don't need it. That's the big difference. And so let's say they made 10K. I mean, they would only keep $500 to $2,000. It's nothing. I mean, can you see the difference between how much they keep and how much we keep? This is a huge difference. Now, right now, you may be wondering, well, what should I sell if I work with your business model? It's simple. There's typically 3 types of offers you can sell. You can leverage a knowledge that you have. So, for example, you could be fitness coaching. You could be doing dating coaching, helping people to invest. For example, the main areas, it's typically health, finances, relationships, and then there's hobbies and stuff. But let's say you feel like you've got nothing to teach. You could simply sell a done-for-you service or leverage a remote contractor to do it for you. So for example, some of my customers, they provide done-for-you lead generation services to companies. So they literally help companies to get more leads, to get more booked calls. And that is typically a monthly recurring service. So for example, they charge anywhere from 1.5K to 5K per month per customer. And now you may be thinking, but what if I don't have the skills or the experience? Well, you can still leverage a remote contractor to do the work for you. Meaning your job, it would literally be to find a client, to close the client, and then to work with the remote contractor. That's basically it. So let's say the client pays you $1,000 per month, you close them, and then you work with the remote contractor, you pay them $200 to let's say $300 per month, and you get to keep 80 to 70% in profit. Can you see how this is a very profitable business model? Because the cost of services and consulting coaching, it's literally just knowledge and time. You don't have to deal with shipping a product, with manufacturing issues, with customers like wanting returns because they bought the wrong size, anything like that. You don't have to deal with it. And because people pay more, they're better customers, they're more committed, so they get better results. And then you can leverage their testimonials to get even more customers. So it's a win-win scenario for everyone. And with our business model, you essentially create a positive feedback loop. So it's like you get customers, so you get even more. It's like a loop. Whereas with most of those business models, it's like a straight line. So you've got to pour more money back in the business, more investment in the business, deal with more headaches to get a tiny bit of profit out of it. It's really, really not worth it. And the worst part is most people, on top of, picking the wrong business models, they work on multiple business models and opportunities at the same time. So that's what they're doing, trying to do 10 different things at the same time. But do you honestly believe people like Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, Michael Phelps, do you really believe they would have been so successful if they tried to compete in 20 different sports at the same time? Of course not, because to be the best, to win, it demands for them to be focused on one single thing, on mastering their craft. And so this is what we do. We focus on one business model, we sell one product, one offer to one specific type of customer, and we focus extremely hard on it until we get what we want. So it's pretty simple. Now, the third lesson I'd like to share with you is that not every business model is created equal. Some business models are in fact much easier to succeed with than others. So it's much smarter to sell expensive services and coaching rather than to sell cheap physical products with tiny profit margins. So this is literally exactly what we went over. Because what a lot of people fail to understand is that if you do what 99% of people are doing in business, you're not going to make any money because 99% of people fail to build a profitable business. So that's funny because people think, I'm going to start a business. Now I am part of the top 1%. And technically, yes, you are, because 99% of people, they accept the status quo. They're fine with it. And so they never start a business and they never become financially free. But what people forget is that when you start a business, then there's what 99% of aspiring business owners are doing and what the top 1%, which is successful, is doing. And usually it's very, very different. So even in business, even though it's the 1%, you've got to do what the 1% of the 1% is willing to do. Because if you do like most people, you fail miserably. And I know because I've spoken to hundreds of people who started or wanted to start a profitable online business. Now let's move on to the next lesson. Do not touch your phone for the first 2 to 6 hours of the day. You are the only one responsible for the success or failure of your business. That's something I really want you to understand. And so because of that, your ability to focus and to do productive work is your most precious asset. So we need to protect it at all costs. So take a look at this. This is what most people do. The first thing they do when they wake up is that they grab their phone and they're scrolling on social media. They're literally giving their brain so much dopamine instead of doing the work, and then they can't focus. I noticed this with myself too. If the first thing I do when I wake up is to grab my phone to go on social media, that's it, my focus is lost. Even on my computer, if I start to open up too many tabs and I look at my emails and my WhatsApp and stuff, I start to get sidetracked. I get distracted. And if you don't focus on your plan, you are going to become a part of somebody else's plan. And then in a decade from now, you'll wake up and realize, where did my time go? What did I do with it? And you'll be so angry at yourself because you'll realize you wasted it. And this, on the other hand, is what future millionaires do. So as you can see, it's early or late, depending on if you like to work early or late, but the guy is working. He doesn't have his phone right next to him. He's working relentlessly. He's putting in the work. So while this dude is still in bed scrolling and watching crap on social media, he is working for his dreams. because he doesn't want to be the slave of a boss who doesn't care about him. So the choice is yours. So that's why you don't want to touch your phone for the first 2 to 6 hours of the day. Now, if you have to use your phone, for example, right now, on my phone, I'm using a timer. But as you can see, I don't know if you could see it, but my phone is on airplane mode. And then it goes right back in my drawer. So when I don't need to use it, it's on airplane mode. And on top of that, it's in my drawer. That way, if I don't see it, I'm not tempted to use it. Something you can also do, you can put your phone in black and white like that. It's called grayscale mode. So you can typically do it with apps on your phone. So if we look at it together, as you can see, this picture where it's like all black and white, you don't really want to click on anything. Even the notifications don't look that enticing. But here, you really want to click on it, you know? And then there's all of these apps, all of these colors, but there it's plain, it's boring. You don't want to click on anything. So this literally trains your brain to not be so stimulated and to not want to click on anything. Now, the fifth lesson I'd like to share with you is that you want to solve painful problems for people. The business model I shared with you is incredible. But let's be honest, you can't just slap a $2,000 price tag on anything and call it a high-ticket offer. You need to provide real value and help people to fix painful problems. So like I shared with you, it can be in any aspect of life. So it could literally be in dating, in fitness, in health, in relationships, anything. It can even be helping somebody to learn a language or to be better at a hobby. So as long as you've got a skill, a knowledge, or a passion that you would like to monetize, it's absolutely possible to do so, and to do so with a high-ticket offer. We simply position it in a way where it helps people to fix a painful problem. And that's how you build a very good high-ticket offer. Now, be honest with you. If you already knew how to make $10,000 plus per month online, the truth is, you would have done it already by now. Let's be honest, it's probably been years you've been watching countless YouTube videos on how to make money online and how to become financially free. So there is a reason why right now you're still not financially free. So to help you, I've recorded a free training where I show you step by step exactly how I went from $0 to $1,200 per day with my consulting business with over 90 to 95% in profit margins. And right now, I'm also offering free strategy calls where together we'll come up with a game plan for you to get to $10,000 per month as quickly as possible. But be quick because our limited spots fill up extremely quickly and I don't know for how long I'm going to keep making this offer. The link will be in the description below. With that being said, I will see you on the other side.